So today's platform that we'll be using is TradingView. Are you familiar with TradingView?
I do visit most of the time. I do some analysis sometime on it.
Okay. So today's session will be about just showing how the trading style is, just to get you familiar with the whole setup. So I won't get into detail that much because we kind of like technical difficulties, so we lost a bit of time. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna show you the basics and the fundamentals of how the trading style is now.
Okay.
All right. So, which pair do you usually trade?
Okay.
Which pair do you usually trade?
Oh, first. Normally I just take a few of them. Mostly it's few from minor and major, like US dollar cat, US dollar ZAR,
Mm,
Euro JPY, Euro USD, GBP JPY, CHF JPY. I do check all of them.
okay. And then in dice, what in Nasdaq?
Nasdaq, and US 30. There's one versus GE 30 donor. Yeah, I also check it.
Okay. Let's just look at. Let me see. I think Nasdaq is fine, cause but then okay, that's fine. Uh, but it won't show the full structure, cause yeah, you usually use small time frames, but then I'll just show
Okay.
you what's happening. So as you know, the market moves in two phases, nah, an impulse and a correction. Nah.
Yeah.
So a correction is just a continuation either to the downside or it will change of direction to a downside. So your job here is to basically know or predict the direction it's gonna take within the correction.
Yeah.
Okay, sharp. So I'm in the 4 hour time frame now, and the first thing that you usually do is get your highest highs, your lowest lows, or what.
Okay.
So previously this was our highest high, and yeah, it ended like a double bottom at the lowest low. Ne? So once you spotted these levels, now you can have like an idea where the market could go. It could either break and continue to the downside or
Yeah.
reject and go to the upside. So we're just gonna scale into my 1 hour and see what's happening there from the 4 hour time frame. So in the past market, you can see we had these nice corrections where you could have utilized and traded them more. So the thing is about these corrections, they always kind of like move almost the same way. They form a series of three touches.
Okay.
So the third touch has the highest probability. So you must always
Okay.
look out for the third touch.
Right.
Okay. So when you go in and zoom in on the third touch, you can see the price rejected so much here,
Yeah. Yeah.
which gave you more confirmation that it's gonna go to the downside. So this is how you basically use these corrections to your advantage, because now you're gonna be winning on the impulse instead of trading within like a correction. So you can see from that point, if you held, you could have utilized uh, a great impulse to the downside. So now we're gonna look at what Nasdaq was doing on Friday. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, okay, okay. So I was saying that we're gonna look at what Nasdaq was doing on Friday, né?
Okay.
So let's just get the date. Um, yeah, this was Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Friday was around these areas. Let me just highlight the area. So around these areas right
Okay.
here.
I cannot see your screen anymore. Ne?
Oh, you can't see my screen. Hold
Yeah, I
on,
cannot see my screen. Your screen.
hold on. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine now. No?
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, so I was saying Friday was around these areas. This
Okay.
was Friday, no? So remember we're in
Yeah.
the 4 hour time, the 30 minutes, 15.
Yeah. 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was around at the lowest low and the price rejected here. So what formed was an
Okay.
impulse to the
Mm.
upside, a strong impulse, and then it gave you a nice corrective movement here.
Yeah.
So that was what you were supposed to look out for and spot your 1 2 3 touch movement within that correction. So I'm just gonna move to M5 so you can see in detail. So you can see you had this nice 1 2 3
Yeah.
touch,
Yeah.
one, and this the third one, and after that the price did reject. They gave you confirmations. Do you know those what do you call them, reversal candlesticks, ne?
Yeah. Reversal. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You know, so this is what you were supposed to look out for those reversal candlestick, this reversal candlestick and so on. And then the following candlesticks were just bullish, so you could have entered
Okay.
because
Yeah.
you had enough confirmation there. So you can see,
Mm.
just spotting this correction, you were able to buy until these these areas. So the trading style is you need to spot these corrections and know the touches on each side and confirm once the market plays out to your prediction. If it starts rejecting on your third touch and then the following
Mm.
candlesticks are like, for in this case it's a buy, so the following candlesticks are like bullish, you know that
Bullish.
now
Okay.
you have 3 or 4 confirmations, enough confluence for you to buy the market. So this
Yeah.
is what
Sure.
you use. Base in a case of a sell, it will be an impulse downside, correction, impulse.
Mm.
So now I'm gonna give you another scenario of, let's say, currency. Just give me a second. Let me pick one. Um, um, as you can see here, we can have the same thing going on when you scale to the 1 hour time frame, you can see that we are having like a correction forming here. So this
Yeah.
one is in progress. It's USD and then let's see DXY. Yeah, you can see here we had a very clear one. And let me just go to 4 hour time frame. You can see here we had a very obvious impulse to the downside, I mean to the upside,
Mm.
followed by a
Upside.
corrective movement, which you had your touches, your distinct touches, 1, 2, 3 touch, and after confirmation, the price just shot up.
They
So
push up again.
you really need to spot out your impulses and your corrections, and then you obviously need
I
to
get
check
you.
your levels, whether you're in like a double bottom, a double top, and then you can use these uh, formations to trade, to make your positions, because you still need to draw out a structure. So I'm just gonna look for something big where it's very uh, structural. So you can see this one, this is a structure, but then this one was very
Mm.
affected by the news, these spikes. So let me pick something else.
Ish.
Do you trade news?
Uh, I've never done that.
Or you've never
Normally,
traded
I just go away.
news?
Yeah,
Okay, let's look at
they humble themselves.
those ones, the serious things. We're looking at JPY against ZAR. So this is the daily time frame. Let me just remove everything. Um, you can see if we zoom in and we start spotting our structure of the entire, let me just highlight it, of this area of the market. Structurally, when you spot out your lowest low, you consider these touches as your connecting points, and as you can see that it's a 1, 2, 3 formation, 1, 2, and
Yeah,
remember the third one has your highest probability. Yeah, so this is a structure. You don't be sure. Usually, if you're these traders who don't wait for confirmation, you could have bought here. No?
all right.
That's where you could have bought.
To the previous high.
Yeah, because remember, you need to make your take take profits and stop losses with these highs and lows. Okay, but then if you want to wait for confirmation, you can see if you zoom in, let's say go to 4 hours, you will see you have a correction after an impulse. Right here on the third touch, this is our third touch on our structure. So you can see the movement was an impulse to the upside, and then you had this correction here.
Yes.
Okay, but then now you need to know or spot how many touches the correction has. So you're gonna consider this as your first touch, this as your second touch, but as you can see, the third touch didn't actually reach, but then this is your third touch.
Yeah. Very good.
Because the movement is like this if I draw it. power. So it's 1, 2, 3 touches. Even if it doesn't flow perfectly within the trend lines, you can still consider them touches. So now what you need to do is you can also draw your resistance if you want, but then now if you want to spot those reversals, you can see you had a few. Okay, I'm using a different type of sticks. Yeah, so these are candlesticks. So you can see the price was a bit choppy, but then you did have your reversals.
Yeah.
You had your reversals, and then this very bullish. What
They did a smaller bottom. They made a double bottom before they came up.
Yeah.
That's before they failed.
Yeah, they did. So that's even more confirmation, and then if you want to even like scale in and confirm it further, you can see that you had like an inverse head and shoulders. You see it? Yeah, so you had so many confirmations to buy. So you buy right after the third touch and you follow your confirmations, and then now you anticipate the impulse. So you can see those bought for quite a while. How many pips? About almost 3,000 pips to the upside, and then now currently we're having, when you go back up, we're having another correction here, and this one is very huge. So it will be tricky because now you will think you have multiple touches on your trend line. So what you do with a big correction, you zoom in and you wait for smaller corrections. So here you had an impulse, and then this is a small correction. So you could have made your position based off this correction here because it's manageable. It's within small time frames like 30 minutes and so on. So you could have waited for this one if you were not sure how to manage through these many touches. So you could have done that, but let's say you did decide to maneuver these many touches. So the trick is, it's still to spot out 3 touches now, because you have a pattern that you already know and you are very familiar with. So what you do is you try to trace the market, and as you can see, this whole thing will count as 1 touch, this as the 2nd touch, and this as the 3rd touch. So you see now we have our 1, 2, 3 touches again. Do you understand? I will call it.
Yeah, no, I do understand.
Okay. So now since you have...
Yeah, I'm here. I'm still here.
Okay, no problem. So since now you have your distinct...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So now you know you have your 1, 2, 3 touches once again. So it's something that you're familiar with. So what you do now is you scale in. Hold on. This area is our third touch, no? This double bottom that we had. So if you were a very patient trader, you would basically let the market reject and give you a nice impulse and then take a correction to the upside if you had a correction. But this was not a complete correction. As you can see, it never rejected once it got to this point. So you wouldn't have taken the trade because it didn't have confirmations. So the price would have went back down to give you a very what do you call this, a double bottom. So you can see now you have your nice double bottom which confirms to your trading style. And now
Double bottom, yes.
yeah, but then if you are not sure about your double bottom, you could have waited for the market to give you a nice impulse and then a correction. So you trade off the correction if you are not sure about this one. So you have very like a lot of options to approach your entry points, but then the key is to know the structure, how many touches it has, how many real touches it has, because some touches are not, you can't count them as I don't count them as a touch. This one, I count this whole area here as one touch and so on, because it's very easy to manage the market like that without many a lot of analysis based off like too many things that will confuse you. So that is what we'll be talking about today, just to get you familiar with how we trade. And then from next week we'll be analyzing together. I'll share the screen with you, you analyze while I correct you and so on. So today it was just like a quick overview of how we'll be trading. So we can end the meeting and then wait for our next session.
Okay.
Yeah, and Manando might who's the
Alright, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I'll definitely have some enough time to study. Actually, weekends
okay. I was saying that Manando might host a session during the week, but then it will be with like the rest of the group and so on. So just watch out for any links on the new Telegram group now.
Okay. Now I'll do so.
Okay, no problem. Sharp.